not that we want to gossip about people.
No, never.
No, we don't, because we're talking about a friend of the show where there are rumors going around that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are splitting up. The tabloids are all over it.
She's so famous, and she creates this, people love her, and she really represents something important to people. You know, people are like, hey, I like your movie. Ah, you know, J-Lo!
I want you to call Derek. And we need him for like 1 or 2 days.
It's a wedding, babe. He's in a wedding.
I want you to call him.
I like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me like when I was 16 and
Okay, so we all know that the Benifer relationship is a hot mess. From rumors of separate residence to divorce filings, this has warped the image of a true love story for these two hotshots. The word has it Jennifer turned out to be a super controlling wife because of her insecurities that resulted from Ben's constant cheating scandals. It turns out the honeymoon period is long over, and Ben is getting more miserable day by day. So without further ado, let's get into it. Jennifer being controlling. What's a toxic relationship that doesn't disrupt your lifelong relations, right? Well, it has been reported that Jennifer has been really affecting Ben's inner circle, and not in a good way. We're all for people marrying for love, but that doesn't entail a healthy relationship, at least for the Benifers it's not. Maybe it didn't work out the first time for a reason, right? At the end of last year, it was reported that Jennifer's controlling tendencies have been spiraling out of control for a while, and is now destroying Ben's lifelong friendship with Matt Damon. According to rumors, the great friendship between Matt Damon and Ben Affleck has been affected recently due to the control of Affleck's wife, Jennifer Lopez, who has led Ben to become a brainwashed robot. Sources revealed that Matt didn't have good feelings about the Benifer 2.0 from the start. Matt has had serious reservations about Benifer 2.0 from the beginning. He's tried to publicly support Ben, but the fact is he hates the way J-Lo treats his friend and can no longer bite his tongue. It turns out that Jennifer and Matt couldn't actually enjoy each other's company, and that made things worse for the couple. Whispers suggest that J-Lo was actively trying to discourage Ben from spending time with Matt because allegedly he used to point out J-Lo's flaws too much. It's no secret that Ben and J-Lo don't get along, as he always seems to be in the doghouse. It's obvious something needs to change, but when Matt started giving Ben advice, everything exploded. It feels like history is repeating itself because 20 years ago they stopped talking to each other for the exact same reason. Fans suggest that Matt has been knocking some sense into Ben's mind and J-Lo is not having it. Sources revealed that Ben has been withering away from his former self after he tied the knot with J-Lo, and it pains Matt to see his friend that miserable. But Matt can't keep quiet, even if it means influencing Ben. Seeing his friend posing on a red carpet, totally playing this role as J-Lo's arm candy, makes Matt nauseous. He can't bear to see her constrain Ben, but after Matt challenged him, Ben started pulling back, and their friendship is strained to say the least. Now get this. Jennifer's obsession with controlling Ben is not limited to his personal life. You see, Jennifer does not let Ben speak to any female, be it house help or a waitress. Fans accept that J-Lo has a very serious imaging issue, and that's literally deleting any substance from her marriage. And now that their marriage is on the rocks, it looks like Ben's lost love, Jennifer Garner, is ready to give their relationship another try. As rumors continue to swirl over Ben Affleck's marriage to Jennifer Lopez, the actor's ex-wife is taking on more and more responsibility as his marital strife grows. Jennifer Garner was married to Affleck between 2005 and 2018, and the former Alias star is the mother of their 3 biological children, including recent high school graduate Violet. Recently resurfaced comments Garner made about Affleck have sparked a wave of speculation whether the pair could do the unthinkable once Affleck's rumored split from Lopez is finalized. You might remember that shortly after Affleck and Garner split in 2015, the actress revealed to Vanity Fair her truest feelings about the Argo star, in spite of the couple electing to end their marriage. "I ran down the beach to him, and I would again," Garner said of their 2005 marriage. "You can't have these 3 babies and so much of what we had. He's the love of my life. What am I going to do about that?" Some fans even think that Garner still feels that way, nearly a decade later. She has reportedly told Affleck he can move back in with her amidst his struggles with his current wife Lopez, whom he dated prior to marrying Garner nearly 20 years ago. There are those who further believe that Garner's continued involvement in Affleck's life is impacting her relationship with businessman John Miller, and this might be the source of J-Lo's obsession with controlling Ben. Not only that, sources suggest that Garner is not to be vilified in this scenario, as she has recently supported Jennifer's relationship with a loving message online. Garner sent the world a one-word message with a statement t-shirt as she continues to be drawn into the headlines surrounding Affleck's troubled marriage to Jennifer Lopez. Superwoman, read the t-shirt that Garner was spotted wearing as she walked outside in Los Angeles. And believe it or not, fans interpreted it a lot differently than one could even imagine. However, it is entirely possible that Jennifer Garner might have seen the cracks in Ben's demeanor, and she fled to his side to rekindle their lost relationship. The mother of the Batman star's children has been spending more time with her ex-man after his marriage to Lopez appears to be crashing and burning just 2 years after they tied the knot. But it seems as though it's finally impacting her own relationship too. An insider claimed if there was a way to divorce on grounds of temporary insanity, he would. He feels like the last 2 years was just a fever dream, and he's come to his senses now and understands there is just no way this is going to work. Jennifer Garner, relationship at risk. While Garner has started to be a rock for Ben, it looks like her current partner is unhappy with the arrangement. You see, despite the time she's spending possibly trying to help Affleck fix his marriage with Lopez, Garner has moved on in her own romantic life. She is dating a businessman named John Miller, according to the Daily Mail, which reported that Miller has advised Garner that it is not her responsibility to help fix Affleck's marriage to Lopez, a source reported. He cares deeply for Ben and sympathizes with what he is going through with Jennifer. But that doesn't mean Jen should be the one to fix her ex-husband's issues with his current wife. That makes no sense to anyone. Jen is such a caring and wonderful woman and mother, and there's nothing but a deep friendship and bond between her and Ben. John wants nothing more than for Ben to be okay, but it isn't his girlfriend's responsibility to play babysitter to him. That is for Ben to figure out on his own and for his wife to handle. It isn't Jen's responsibility, and he has told her this. In addition to that, recently the news started floating that J-Lo and Ben arrived separately to watch Ben's child Finn perform in a school play in Los Angeles. Fans noticed that the Benifer couple haven't been seen together since the end of March, where they were spotted having a tense-looking lunch discussion in New York. Not to mention, Affleck has reportedly now moved out of the sprawling $47 million mansion they bought only 11 months ago, and is living in a house in Brentwood, the same Los Angeles neighborhood where his ex-wife Jennifer Garner lives with their 3 children. So yeah, there might be actual grounds for Miller to be worried about Garner's excessive attention towards Ben. Although the wedding rings are still decorating the couple's fingers, but the split seems intimate in fans' eyes. An insider revealed, the writing is on the wall. It's over. They're headed for a divorce. And for once, Ben's not to blame. According to the insider, the main problem in the relationship was that Lopez felt that she could not control the Batman actor. He's focusing on his work and his kids now. Ben already moved out, and they'll likely have to sell the dream house they spent 2 years searching for. They'll never stop loving each other, but she can't control him, and he can't change her. There's no way it could have lasted. One of the biggest hurdles in the Benifer marriage is that Lopez delivered a 3-pronged, 16 million pound public tribute to their enduring love. An album, film, and documentary that to most smelled of desperation. The album, entitled This Is Me Now, featured various tracks, and not just the one titled Dear Ben, that are clearly about him. She also self-financed an accompanying musical film about the events that inspired the album, which featured cameo performances by both her and Affleck. The film was billed as Lopez's unflinching 20-year journey to self-love, and a vulnerable portrait of an icon who put it all on the line and discovered a newfound determination in self-acceptance and love.
I know what they say about me. About hopeless romantics. That we're weak. And I'm not weak.
Well, as fantastical as it sounds, no one fell for Jennifer's story, and most fans trolled her for flaunting her not-so-private affairs just to gain some attention. Anyway, the film's director, Dave Meyers, expressed that Affleck was really buttoned up about his private life, but the self-absorbed Lopez is prone to oversharing. He also claimed that he had felt some trepidation over having all their personal stuff out there for the film. He claimed, "It's Jennifer's way to love. I think Ben saw that and supported it and gave us good advice and tried to help connect the dots in getting it out there." As if the album was not enough, there was an Amazon documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, in which Affleck actually admitted he confronted Lopez over her craving for the spotlight. He said, "Getting back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media." Then I sort of realized it's not a fair thing to ask. It's sort of like you're going to marry a boat captain and you go, "Well, I don't want the water." We're trying to learn to compromise. Despite all the challenges, Ben continued to support J-Lo's obsession with the documentary. According to Vanity Fair, in The Greatest Love Story Never Told, his real role as muse, unwavering support system, and skeptic comes to the forefront. Lopez wasted no time bringing up Affleck in the documentary, opening with the fact that she's been married 4 times and that Affleck has always been the love of her life. She then revealed that to celebrate their first Christmas as a reunited couple, Affleck made Lopez a secret book of all the emails and letters they sent to each other during both iterations of their relationship, in the aughts and now. That book served as a major source of creative inspiration for This Is Me Now, with members of J-Lo's crew going so far as to nickname her husband Pen Affleck. Affleck didn't seem exactly thrilled about his personal musings being made public. He said, "I did really find the beauty in the poetry and the irony in the fact that it's the greatest love story never told. And if you're making a record about it, that seems kind of like telling it." Jen was really inspired by this experience, which is how artists do their work. I know as a writer and director, I certainly do those things. But things that are private, I'd always felt were sacred and special because, in part, they're private. So that was a bit of an adjustment for me. Ben and J-Lo history. Many of you might not know that Lopez and Affleck first met in 2002 on the set of their movie Gigli, which came out the following year. At the time, Lopez was married to her second husband, Chris Judd. By mid-year, Judd and Lopez were separated, and she filed for divorce 2 days after she was spotted kissing Affleck at her surprise 32nd birthday party. This was their first moment of being romantically linked in public. The couple eventually divorced in 2003. Lopez and Affleck went public with their romance shortly after. Lopez claimed that she felt like Ben was it for her. The duo quickly became one of the biggest couples in Hollywood, and one of the first to receive a hybrid couple name, Benifer. Affleck made a memorable appearance on J-Lo's Jenny from the Block music video, which recreated some of the issues facing the superstar, such as constantly dodging paparazzi when you're in a highly publicized relationship. Well, Affleck himself revealed that he deeply regretted doing that video. "If I have a regret, it was doing the Jenny from the Block music video. It not only makes me look like a petulant fool, but it surely qualifies as ungentlemanly." In a November 2002 interview with Diane Sawyer, Lopez revealed her engagement to Affleck, describing it as a traditional but also in a very spectacular way. People reported at the time that Affleck proposed with a custom-made Harry Winston pink diamond solitaire ring he chose himself, and just in a very J-Lo fashion, she gushed about it on national TV, saying, "It's just a blanket, a quilt of rose petals all over the whole entire house," Lopez said. "So many candles and vases, bouquets, and my song Glad was playing. I walk in, and I was just overwhelmed. I wasn't expecting it. And I was just like, oh my God." I had cried a lot over sadness over the years, and for the first time in my life, I cried incredible purging tears of happiness. It was the most cleansing feeling and the most wonderful feeling I had ever had. She also acknowledged that some people viewed their relationship as unlikely, but pointed out that she and the actor had bonded over similar upbringings. "We've talked about this so many times, and we talked about how people kind of see him with one type of person and me with another type of person. And the two of us together is like, how did that happen? And how we're probably more alike and from the same kind of background, same kind of upbringing, and same kind of family and same kind of house." Well, just one day before the couple was supposed to be married, Ben and J-Lo released a joint statement postponing the wedding that broke the hearts of many fans. You see, Benifer was already planning to take Ben's last name, and fans expected a great wedding on the horizon.
What do you think my name will be?
Am
I gonna change it professionally, you mean? No, I think I'm gonna stay with Jennifer Lopez, but my name will be Jennifer Affleck, obviously.
Well, the statement read, "Due to the excessive media attention surrounding our wedding, we have decided to postpone the date. When we found ourselves seriously contemplating hiring 3 separate decoy brides at 3 different locations, we realized that something was awry. We began to feel that the spirit of what should have been the happiest day of our lives could be compromised. We felt what should have been a joyful and sacred day could be spoiled for us, our families, and our friends." However, around 4 months later, the Chicago Tribune reported that the pair were officially over. Lopez's rep said that they were officially confirming the reports that Jennifer Lopez had ended her engagement to Ben Affleck. However, after Ben's divorce from Jennifer Garner, it turned out that the pair had started dating. The fact was uncovered by People when Ben was asked about his relationship with J-Lo and her work ethic, and he had a glowing review to share. I thought I had a good work ethic, but I was completely humbled and blown away by what she was committed to doing day in and day out. The seriousness in which she took her work, the quiet and dedicated way she went about accomplishing her goals, and then how she would go back and redouble her efforts. Affleck gushed. She remains to this day the hardest working person I've come across in this business. She has great talent, but she also worked very hard for her success, and I'm so happy for her that she seems at long last to be getting the credit she deserves. Well, sometime later, Page Six reported Affleck was seen heading to J-Lo's home in California just a few weeks after her breakup with Rodriguez in her white Escalade SUV, where he spent a few hours, according to a source. An inside source denied dating rumors at the time, stating they are friends. But we all know something was brewing on the inside. Although J-Lo and Ben's story appears to be a fairy tale, but it all turned out to be smoke and mirrors. J-Lo's attitude is what has ruined her. She isn't above everyone like she thinks, and her rudeness takes away from her looks drastically. Take one look at Ben when they are together. That is unmistakable misery. They should call her J-Rude. Another added, she's in love with the feeling, not real love. It's the high of it. When it wears off, then it's over. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more piping hot teas on your favorite celebrities.